What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm gonna do this very quick little small reading. Got inspired again, but before we get into the reading, I just want to make a quick announcement that this year I will not be doing any personal readings. I kind of want to free myself this year to focus on this channel and my other spiritual corner channel, because I kind of no longer really want to have the desire to make a profit from this anymore. So I really just have the desire just really to help and spread good news, good information, and help everybody on their spiritual journeys. So that's what I'm focusing more on this year. So I kind of freed myself up from all the personal readings. And it's not like I was getting a lot, I ain't gonna brag, oh yeah, I was the top reader. I wasn't getting a lot. My readings were coming in very sporadic, and it was hard for me to keep up with that because they were sporadic and out of the blue, and I would find myself getting into something and then have to stop, do that reading for that client, and then, go on with whatever I was doing. And so it was just very distracting, and I really couldn't focus the way I wanted to focus on those readings. So I just decided this is my year for the break, and I can concentrate on other things and free myself up some. So that's my announcement. Also, I do have a Twitter, so follow me on there. You can talk to me on there or discuss some things, or even just comment down below. That feedback is always welcome. So about the reading, what I wanted to do was this year we're going to go into the reading about what gifts and what talents you need to be focusing on this year for your future success, or anything you want future success in. So this is what these cards will be explaining, and we'll be going, not really into depth with. This is very quick, straightforward reading, and not taking up too much of you guys' time. And plus, I'm doing this on my lunch break, so. All right, so, let's get into it. Pick your card. All right, so whoever picked card 1 or pile 1, let's see, what are your gifts and talents that you need to be focusing on this year for you to have your future success? And that would be animals. You understand animals, communicate intuitively with them. You trust your inner guidance, as the animals are a part of your life's work. So I'm really getting here is that if you have a talent or gift of really understanding animals, or taking care of animals, or communicating with animals, this is the gift that you need to be focusing on this year and really trying to grow and curate. Healer. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So also could be those guys out there that have healing energy, or learning healing, learning Reiki, anything like that. Or could be, taking nursing, or, being a doctor, anything like that. This is your gift or your talent that you need to be focusing on this year. Also from this pile, I got a veterinarian, or working at an animal clinic, or volunteering at an animal clinic, something like that. You could be getting into this year, or that should be your focus this year. Also, I pull cards for what you can surrender to help you go forth in this and not get stagnant or scared to go towards it. So you need to surrender outdated beliefs about yourself, let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. So if you don't believe that you are these things, the universe is kind of telling you to let that old belief go, you can't do this, you can't go towards this, because as soon as you let this go and you do start taking steps towards it, you will gain the success and life that you desire. Also, surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in your relationships, practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So from this, I'm getting a feeling like maybe there are people in your life where you feel like you're always doing things for them and they're always asking you to do things for them to advance and garner and cultivate and make their dream successful and not your own. And I think the universe is saying you're gonna have to start putting up a hard boundary where you're gonna have to let people know, like, no, this is my time, I am doing this right now, and either you're gonna have to figure that out by yourself or you're gonna have to get somebody else to do it for you, because I'm working on this for me. This is a hard lesson, because I know there's a lot of people out there that feel obligated to, and especially within family units, they feel obligated to, help that family member do something for the family, do all this stuff for their families, where they negate or neglect their own needs, their own desires, their own dreams that could get them to success, but they can't because they're so involved with the family needs or the family wants, So this is going to be a hard lesson. If you cannot do that because you're so deeply involved with the family, try and cut out just a little bit of time for yourself to do what you need to do, and that could just be the challenge in itself, the lesson you need to learn for this year, how to push forth and cut out some time for yourself. Also, the second lesson for this year would be is working on your self-beliefs, working on believing in yourself, working on what you believe yourself to be, your image, everything like that, because these two cards could be pushing against something that an old belief where you believe like, oh, there's no way, I'm really like that talented with animals. There's no way I'm really this healer. There's no way. And instead of just going out there and trying it to see if you're really like that or not, you're just believing, no, I can't do it. That's it. Let me just go sit down. The universe is trying to get you to push against that and try to really go out there and see if this is true for you, instead of just believing the belief and sitting down. So that's what I feel for my pile one. That is all I have. That's all the preaching I'm gonna do. Okay, so like, comment, subscribe. Please comment down below, talk with me, chat with me, and everybody have a great day. May love and light be with you all. Bye. All right, so this is for everybody who picked pile 2. Again, this is going to be a reading about what are the gifts and talents that you should be focusing on this year to garner your success in the future. So the first card that we have is going to be study, research, education will help gain you confidence and clarity about your career. So from this card, I really get the feeling of you studying on your craft or your gift that you already know that you have, or maybe studying and researching on an interest that keeps hitting you or keeps hitting you over the head and you're trying to find out more about it. So that could be something that's cluing you in on what you need to focus on this year. Also, I'm getting something with children. Your life purpose involves helping and teaching and healing children. So this could be something of a teacher. Maybe you want to get into teaching children, but you need the degrees, you need to study, you need to research on how you can get into that. So that could be your gift or your talent that you need to focus on. Also, there could be you need to just focus on finding volunteer efforts or ways to help children or heal children. Anything like that could be like your gift and talent that you need to focus on. So these cards are going to be what you need to surrender personally to help you successfully go towards these gifts, these talents, and so you need to surrender your belief in scarcity. So the universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So this surrender your belief in scarcity is basically to stop believing that you don't have enough or you're not enough, or maybe you're not a good enough teacher, maybe you don't have enough knowledge, you don't have enough skill. The not enoughness is something that the universe is going to try to make you push and break through this year. Also, for surrender to play, take a break from overthinking a goal, do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. And from this card, I feel like the universe is really trying to push you to remember playfulness and remembering to have a playful nature, especially when it comes to if you're interacting with children or trying to be of service and help children, to reach them through playfulness and not such seriousness and overthinking it, right? So also too, I'm also getting for people who are inspired to be teachers with children, is to don't overthink, oh, should I take this class or not or go to this school or not? Don't overthink that part. Just do what you internally feel good about. If you feel good about the school, go towards it, So that's what I feel like the universe is really going to push you towards. Like, these are going to be your two big lessons while you're trying to focus on curating this talent and focus on researching it and getting more clarity about which direction you want to go. So yeah, I just want to make this reading quick, short, to the point. And that is all I have for PAL 2. Comment, subscribe, everything. I'm trying to get back into growing this channel. So yeah, may love and light be with you all, and I will see everybody in the next video. Bye. All right, so my PAL 3s. Whoever picked this is for you. Quick, short, to the point reading. This is going to be about what gifts and talents you need to be focusing for the year. And this is going to also, these cards are also going to be about what you need to surrender, your beliefs or whatever, to go towards these gifts, these talents that you need to focus on to have success in your future. So first card, speaker. Your life purpose involves skills of orientation. So you probably have a gift or a talent in speaking or being a public speaker. And you probably have a gift and talent in writing. You heal, inspire, and teach and entertain with your words as you write. So yeah, you probably have a talent or a gift in writing that you need to focus on this year. So if you are a good speaker, that's your talent, that's your lane you need to focus on this year. Maybe take some classes, maybe do whatever you can to go after this talent and curate it and let it grow. And also the same thing with writing, if you have that talent. All right. You need to surrender your ego to go forth into these skills and these talents. Cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So you have an ego tied up in going towards your gifts. You have some sort of block with the ego with this, and maybe it's time for you to kind of release the ego, kind of put it to the side and not let it run the show, and just do what you need to do. Remember, your ego is there as your survival skill. Yeah, let's get into this just a little bit. The ego is there to help protect you, right? And the ego sometimes protects you to a fault. So what your ego tends to do sometimes is, let's say you had a discomfort with speaking. Maybe you didn't have a good experience with public speaking or whatever, right? So your ego translate that as, okay, this is not a good situation. It could be life-threatening. So let's protect you from that, and let's believe the belief that you're not a good public speaker, and let's just not do this public speaking thing. And it kind of just blocks you, right? Because the ego's thinking it's protecting you from a dangerous situation with public speaking. And the ego's not wrong. The ego is there to do that, to protect you. This is a protection mechanism, but like I said, sometimes it's to a fault. Sometimes it's like you got to not listen to the ego and just keep going forward and just doing it, Yeah, one bad experience, that's fine. But once you keep on doing it and doing it, you know how to cultivate better experiences with it. So the same thing with writing, hey, maybe the public didn't like the certain thing you did. So the ego is going to protect you and say, okay, well, let's not write then. But you got to keep on moving and going forward, because you could get better and better and better with writing, right? So that is going to be a tough lesson for you that the universe want to give to you this year. Also, surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, abundance. Set an intention of identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. And I feel like this goes into kind of congruentness with the surrender your ego, because since your ego has protected you for so long and you've been listening to it saying, no, this is a dangerous situation, you have developed the low self-esteem because you didn't keep going. You didn't build up your self-esteem in this. You didn't build up your confidence. You just kind of just sat back and you didn't do anything, and you let that one negative or bad experience overshadow or be the truth, or be the ultimate belief, like, okay, well, I'm not good at this, or I had a bad time, so I must not be good at this, or whatever. So let me just, sit down and not do it, So that's how you created the whole lower self-esteem. But the universe is trying to tell you, the more you do this, the more you get into this and just ignore these two things and just keep getting good at it, keep getting confident in it, whatever, it can turn out to be good experiences for you. It could turn out to be really good. Like, you have the talent in this. We gave you this gift, but these two things, you're letting them hold you back from these gifts and growing these gifts and these talents. So yeah, I hope that message helped you guys. Number 3, I did not mean to rant and be that long about it. I was just gonna be like, bam, 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 there you go. But hey, I had the takeovers preach spirit and I went in. So sorry about that. Anyways, that is all I have for Pile 3. Comment, like, subscribe, guys. Trying to grow the channel. So yeah, that's it. May love and light be with you, Pile 3, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. All right. So my people who picked Pile 4, this is for you. Remember, we are going to be talking about talents and gifts you need to focus on this year so you can have your success later on in the year. And this is going to be about what you need to surrender to go forth towards growing these gifts and focusing on these gifts and talents. So let's start out with the purpose. Spiritual teacher, you heal with your classes, seminars, and dreams. So this doesn't necessarily have to be like spiritual. This could be like you're teaching yoga class or fitness or anything like that. That's a talent, that's a gift. You need to go towards that. That's what you need to be focusing on this year. And travel, your life purpose involves traveling. So yeah, you might be traveling the world to teach, your knowledge and your skills and all that stuff. And also too, any travel agents, anybody who is into traveling, this is your gift. This is your year. Focus on that, Anybody who had that goal, hey, I really want to travel and see everything, this is your year for that. Now, this is going to be what you need to surrender in order to go towards these gifts. So you need to surrender to joy. A key positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling, both the hard and the easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. And then we have surrender defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Okay, so for surrender to joy, I feel as though this whole spiritual teaching thing or whatever, or just teaching in general, this may, I want to say this is giving off the feeling like this may be a slow process, right? And even in that slow process, it might bring down your happiness or your joy around it. So I feel like your lesson, what the universe is trying to say to you is this: making you learn that when you're constantly in a happy, positive vibration, no matter what is going on, or no matter if you perceive an outcome to be bad or not as great or whatever, basically really try to stay within that positive vibration. Look at your outcomes differently. Look at that, just surrender to the joy of just teaching, just being able to get your knowledge out there, so just surrender to that joy of just doing that. No matter if you have 1 student, 2, 3, 4, 10, just surrender to that joy that, wow, I have people who will listen to me and is really taking in my knowledge. And I think that will get you to the outcome that you truly want. For surrender the defensiveness, I feel like there might be people in your life, or could be students too, or even with travel, could be people you come up against that might trigger some things in you that makes you be quite defensive against them. And the universe is really trying to teach you to not be so defensive against people or be so defensive against a certain outcome. You might have to watch for that, or the universe is really trying to get you to look at those certain triggers and heal them. Because I'm starting to learn, when certain triggers pop up for you, it's a time to really look at those triggers and reflect and really ask the questions of, why am I getting so emotional about this? What is it in me that is not completely healed? Why am I keep on feeling the emotion behind this? And to dig deeper, and even when you do dig deeper like that, that could be a lesson or something that you could share with your audience or your class, with something that you're personally going through, and you could share with them and teach them how to get through it and what to, how to reflect on it and things like that. So that can also be fuel for whatever you want to teach. So, it kind of goes hand in hand, teaching and making this kind of just be a lesson to help your students or your class or whoever to get through, whatever problems they may be having or whatever, and you can turn that into a very good, successful lesson. And also, it can also help you navigate, where you want to travel to, where you want to go to maybe teach this lesson or whatever. That could be, triggers are just really good natural teachers. Triggers is something where, it really, really wants to trigger you and help you dig deeper to the wounds that you may have that you're not aware of or that you can't see, and it really makes you really learn lessons, hardcore lessons about yourself, and really a trigger for self-improvement. So whatever you get defensive about, pay attention to that. Ask yourself the questions. It could lead to a deeper rabbit hole, who knows, but really that would be the main hardcore lessons that the universe is trying to teach you, and also pushing you to even teach those lessons to others. So keep that in mind too. Also, you could be traveling, teaching this lesson, anything like that. So didn't want to make this too long-winded. I did just want to get in and out with it, with the message. So I hope this helped my pal 4. Sorry, I had the preachery spirit in me. But yeah, I hope this helped you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, trying to grow the channel. Comments is welcome down below. And yeah, everybody have a great rest of your day, and may love and light be with you all. Bye.